Hi guys, welcome back to the Maine Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a league title game potentially against Prescott Reserves away. We are coming back before the end of the season because unfortunately we played at home against Camel Laird and we lost. We have lost our invincible season. I was devastated to be quite honest. We went 2-0 down in the first half. Furtado scored a penalty to get us back into it, but we just couldn't do it in the end. Since then, we've done okay. We played Ellesmere Rangers. They actually had a red card, and we managed to scrape a 1-0 win. Sandbach also had a red card, and that time we didn't scrape it. We battered them 5-0. So going into this game, form has improved once again. What we're going to do today, if we win the title after this particular match, that'll be it for this season, despite having the 3 games left. So we'll play this game. We'll go through the squad a little bit. We can go through what players are going to be here still and who aren't, etc. And then, obviously, going into tomorrow's episode, we'll have a transfer roundup so far, and then we'll look to start the season in the new division. I feel like we're going to get promoted anyway. This is just for hopefully getting that league title, and fingers crossed we can do so. So here we go. We're going to set ourselves up for this game against Prescott Reserves, and hopefully, like I say, we can get another good result. My assistant, for whatever reason, he keeps wanting to rotate the players all the time at the moment, and once we've won the league, fair enough. But until then, no thank you. We want to have the strongest team out that we possibly can. And like I say, once we've won the league, we can rotate all we want. We've obviously the invincible season is gone, so it's just going to be a case of securing it today, and then we can rotate afterwards and give other players a bit more game time. But going in for this potential title winning match, we've got Houston in goal, Hughes, Furtado, Payne and Simmons at the back, Wright, Grindrod and Little in midfield with Noble, Collins and Hannah as our front three. Let's go and get this league title sorted. Incidentally, we are on for a record points total for the league as well. If we drop points in any game, that record isn't possible, but simply today, a draw will be enough to secure the title. So, fingers crossed, we can get the job done today. There's no reason why we shouldn't. And, like I say, then we can have a look at the squad and see who's staying and who's going. Potential early opportunity for us. Wright swings it in. Hannah at the near post, just over the crossbar. Good effort early on, only a minute gone. And we are in the ascendancy straight away. Hopefully, we can get an early goal to just settle our nerves. Cushing with a brilliant strike from all of 30 yards out with a free kick. And we're behind. Wasn't expecting that. That is a brilliant strike from their left back. And not the start we wanted, for sure. Incidentally, we're playing on the Sunday. Ashton Athletic won on the Saturday, so a win today does mean that we go 12 points clear with 3 games remaining. Conan Noble with a brilliant equaliser there. Offside given. Not ideal again. Things seem to be going against us early on in this game. A really good free kick scored by the opposition. Conan Noble with a goal disallowed. And we try and put the press on here. Little picks it up, strikes from distance, and it's over the crossbar. Obviously, the last 2 games that we've won, the opposition ended up with 10 men. I hope after that defeat against Camel Laird, it's not going to be a sign of us just losing form of it. But there is Furtado with a brilliant header. It's his 10th goal of the season. The centre back, a couple of them have been penalties, I might add. But 10 goals for a centre back. And Sam Oliver, incidentally, I don't think he's too far away from that margin either. So for our centre backs to contribute as many goals as they have done is remarkable, to be honest. And we've already set a new goal scoring record. We've scored over 100 league goals this season already. And we are adding to it today. A draw, like I say, is enough for us to secure the title. But we want to do it in style. We want to win today. And just get it all wrapped up and ribboned nicely and fancy, to be honest. Um, it's not been the best performance. I mean, Conan Noble, Collins, and Hannah have all been quite poor going forward, which is a bit unusual. Hannah has been the rock for us going forward for sure, but some of the performances haven't been great. Right here with the delivery toward the far post, and we've hit the woodwork there. I think it was Furtado. He actually challenged for the ball with Hannah there, so I'm not too sure which one of them won it, but we are certainly dominating proceedings here. The Prescott reserves have had the one shot on target, which was that free kick, and scored it. Here's right with the corner. Whipped in. Furtado hits the woodwork again. And Payne can't do a lot with it. Here is Little. Trying to get it into the penalty area. It's well cleared. Simmons picks it up into Payne. But the highlight finishes there. And I think, to be honest, we might make some substitutions here. We are struggling a little bit going forward. The ratings aren't great. And I think Hammond can come on for Collins, who's been poor today. It's unusual for him. He's been very good for us this season. And I think we're going to bring Payne into the midfield. And we'll take Grindrod off for Sam Oliver. And confirm that. And hopefully with the extra height in the penalty area with Oliver coming on, we can get a set piece going our way. Here is Wright with the free kick, whips it in towards Sam Oliver. It's going to be cleared away. Oliver charging back to try and win it, and he does well to beat the two, the striker and the winger, to the ball. And that's played forward, and there is Conan Noble, and we are ahead. We have a lead at last. Conan Noble, oh, he's been ruled out again. I thought he was onside there, and Cushing's got another free kick. That time it went over the crossbar. I don't know why it's not letting me do any shouts at the moment. I want to demand more. Conan Noble, 2 disallowed goals. It's certainly not his day, that is for sure. Can't take him off now anyway. And we look set for a disappointing result, but at the same time it will secure the title nonetheless. We have dominated the game though. And unfortunately it's a disappointing performance. Only a draw, but it has secured the title. And we've managed to get the job done. But I feel because we've secured players to contracts early, they might have just taken their foot off the gas a little bit going toward the end of the season. We are going to be making changes. I mean, yes, we've secured contracts for next season, but if we can get better players in, we will do, and then we'll just offload the players that we're not going to be using. But overall, not the best performance, but as you can see, we're 10 points clear there with 3 games to go, and we have secured ourselves a league title. Oh my word, wage budget has doubled. That's nice. Pretty much £1,500 there. Brilliant stuff. That does mean that we will be able to be a bit more functional in the transfer market. A number of players happy. The promise has been kept for us to get promoted, which is what we wanted. Furtado getting us his 10th goal of the season. Again, not the best performance, but a crowd of 20 went to watch that match. They went to see us win the title. 20 fans attended the game. What a turnout. So obviously schedule-wise, it doesn't really matter now. But in terms of the squad, as I was saying before, in terms of contracts, Davis we're looking at offloading a little earlier if we can. Ruffer, Hammond and Murray, their contracts are expiring and I have decided to let Hammond go despite him having a good season. All of the other players are tied down for next year. But again, there is potential room for 1 or 2 of them to leave. So going into next season, we have a squad of 15. It's not the biggest by any means, of course, but I've got a good idea of where we want to strengthen. We need another goalkeeper. Jack Carter, obviously with the step up, he might not be ready to be a part of the first team. We'll have to see how our players do rate when we get the promotion go through. Um, he could be a backup right back for us, but otherwise we will need another right back. We'll definitely need another left back. I'd quite like another centre back as well. So it's basically one of every position so far in terms of defence and goalkeeper, of course. In terms of midfield, we'll have Wright, Little, Grindrod, and Payne. Ruffer and Murray are going to be leaving the club. I think another central midfielder probably wouldn't go amiss. And I think two wingers and possibly a new striker. Hannah's been fantastic for us, but he only rates at 2.5 star at this level when he plays up front. So I think we need a proper out and out centre forward. Which, if we do get the centre forward, I suppose we only need a right winger to back up to Collins, because with Hammond leaving, Jeffers is more of a striker than a winger. Despite his decent pace, he is more of a striker than a winger, and again, he might not be particularly good enough either. Likewise, Casey and Langfield. Could be that we get two strikers even. If Hannah is going to be on that left-hand side with Conan Noble. So a right winger, possibly two strikers, but we'll see how things go. Um, let's just have a look. Yeah, Sam Oliver's got 8 goals this season. Furtado with 10 goals. So 18 goals from our two centre-backs this season. So clearly set pieces have served us very well. Tom Little, I think he's probably, arguably, been the signing of the season. 10 goals and 10 assists for him. Kai Payne, only 2 goals, but 16 assists for him. Sam Wright as well, 8 goals, 16 assists. But, I mean, what a year. Joe Collins with, what's that, 34 goal contributions in 37 games. He has truly been our best player, in my opinion. I think he rates as the best as well, actually. And 37 goal contributions for Robert Hannah, 29 starts and 30 goals for him. We really have done well this season. Um, Obviously, we'll have to wait and see how the players stack up in the new league, but I feel that for the most part, this squad, in terms of the starting 11 that we normally use, I reckon they could keep us up at the next level, but I'm not too sure about how we'll stack up. If we just look at the league as we go up, can we see? I'm not actually sure what league we go into. Just bear with me a minute. Northwest Counties League Premier Division. There we go. So Stockport Town got promoted and they actually finished 10th. Do they have? And they don't have the loan players from Stockport County like they did when they were in our division. So looking at that, I think we could do quite well next season. We just need to pick in one or two players, I think. But they did spend big money on one or two signings, didn't they? £200 a week, 120, 95 for Michael Elston as well. They they spent big on a couple of players, but for the most part they didn't go over the top. So that gives me reasonable confidence that we could do quite well. I mean, Silsden got relegated. They're spending a decent amount of money in terms of wages. But I think our team is better than a number of the players that they have for sure. Yes, they're potentially getting relegated, of course, but looking at a couple of those teams, I think we're probably better than them. Incidentally, we're going into a league. Again, it's only one team that gets promoted, so that's going to be another tough one to get out of. But it's a 22 team league, so we're going to be having a 42 game season, so it's going to be a little bit more taxing on the squad. In terms of top goal scorers in the league, Connor Hudson's the top scorer in the league with only 14 goals. That seems a bit of an odd one to me, but oh well, it's just going to be one of them things, really. But I think a mid-table finish next season is a good place to aim for, especially with the team that we've got. I think we could do very well in that league, but we'll have to see how things go. And I think, to be quite honest, there's not much more to say, and we'll probably leave it there. Like I say, I've got a lot to get through. Tomorrow is going to be our transfer special with obviously a big roundup, and we'll see exactly where we're at. And we'll take over into a new league, of course. So exciting times ahead for Maine Road FC. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.